Hello, hello, everyone. This is Noelle Cruz, Presidential Diamond with It Works Global. Thank you guys so much for working with me while we did some adjustments today. I was actually getting my hair done for green carpet or for just the summer earlier today during our originally scheduled Zoom time, and so we rescheduled for now. But I really wanted to be able to focus for you guys because, okay, this is going to be like a super raw, real, red Zoom, okay? We're going to go over a lot of how-tos and tips for building your hundreds list and tips for messaging people and different things like that. But listen, guys, and you guys feel free to post in the chat or raise your hands or whatever it is that you need to do to interact with me on the Zoom without unmuting yourself and actually speaking. I feel like everybody in the world is in a funk right now, okay? And I just cannot. I'm so excited the green carpet is happening next weekend because so many of you, your cup is completely empty. And it's empty because you have let other people just suck the life out of you, and you've let other people rob you of your joy, and you have done nothing for yourself to actually fill your cup back up, okay? So it's time to fill your cup. And how do we do that? We plug into things like this. Team Zooms, Show Me the Money calls, the Sunday Night Family call. We go to events like One Team, One Missions and green carpets and mini boot camps. There is no other way to fill your cup and to keep it filled except for by plugging in. And so those of you who are here tonight and those of you who are watching the replay, I'm so proud of you for taking some time out of your busy schedule because everybody is crazy busy right now. I'm just super proud of you for not making excuses and for actually just making this happen. So what do I want you guys all to do right now? I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper. I want you to turn everything off, okay? We're going to talk about some success tips. And the first tip that we're going to talk about is focus. In our culture, everything is a million miles an hour, right? We've got the TV on in the background. We're working on our computer. We're getting text messages on our phones. We're yelling at our kids. There's a million different things going on, and there's no focus going on whatsoever, okay? So I want you guys right now to actually focus, and I want you to take notes, and I want you to internalize, and I want you to start to ask yourself some of these deeper questions that are going to ultimately drive your business forward, okay? So are you guys ready to focus? I know that a lot of you are wait, but I'm on a Zoom and I've got to be messaging people and I've got to be responding to this person. You don't. They're still going to be there in 30 minutes when the Zoom is over. I promise, okay? It's okay. So just focus. This is your time to focus. Okay, so I want you guys to think about a rocket ship. And I want you to think about this rocket ship that's 4.4, it's 4.4 million pounds. A rocket ship is 4.4 million pounds. And how much fuel and how much energy would that take to get off the ground and to actually accelerate that rocket ship into the atmosphere so that it can just kind of float? Can you picture that? Are you guys picturing that in your head? It's a massive amount of energy. It's a massive amount of effort. It's a massive amount of fuel. Okay, well, for your business, in order to get it off the ground and in order to get it to that, that altitude, whatever that thing might be, and in this business, I really think that rank is diamond. It's at least diamond. In order to get you to that place, it's going to take a massive amount of energy, but it doesn't have to be hard. It has to be focused. Okay, we want to work on condensing your energy so that you're not just spreading yourself thin. Now, what most people do is they try to get their rocket ship off the ground and they get it halfway up and then they decide to land it. It was just too hard. It was too much energy. And then once they land it, they realize, oh, I have to do that again. Okay, well, now I have to expend the exact same amount of energy to actually get it off the ground again. And you're starting back from square one, and it's hard. It's really, really hard, okay? So the idea is to get your rocket ship off the ground, get it into the atmosphere, that is space, that is your cruising altitude, and then it's going to take a really minimal amount of fuel to navigate where you want to go from that point on, right? Well, until you get it off the ground, you're going to be struggling, and it's going to be hard, and you're not going to be sleeping as much. and it's just going to be difficult. Okay. So let's talk about that. So I want you guys to imagine two planes, and they're both going from California to LA. Okay. Or California to LA. LA is in California. California to New York, coast to coast. Okay. We've got two planes, and let's say they each go 500 miles an hour. And one plane decides to take off, go 500 miles an hour, but that plane has to land in every single state from California to New York. Okay? So picture that. And then the second plane is going to take off, and it's not going to go 500 miles an hour, but it is going to go 250 miles an hour, and it's going to cruise from California all the way across the US, and it's going to land in New York. And it didn't use its full potential, but it still got there. And what happened is that plane that did not take off and land and take off and land and take off and land and take off and land, it used a fraction of the energy and a fraction of the time to get from point A to point B. Now, so many of you, your businesses are not off the ground because you started and you were doing awesome, and then you decided to land the plane. And then you were like, oh, shoot, I need to do that again. And then you took off again, and then you landed your plane. And then you took off again, and you landed your plane. Do you see how this is going to cause struggle and frustration? Do you guys understand that? I want you guys to be as successful as possible, but I was on a Zoom with Misty Caneller's team the other day, and I was really raw and real, because you guys know that I'm not beat around the bush. I'm not the person to come to if you need a pat on the back, right? I'm going to give it to you straight every single time. And they said, what would you say to someone who says, Noelle, I can't do this. It's too hard, or whatever. I don't even know what the question was, but it was something to do with, this business is hard, I want to quit. Well, this is my answer. If you are not plugging in and reaching up to your upline to help you with three-way chats and three-way calls, I cannot help you. Not only I can't help you, I won't help you, because you have to be willing to help yourself before anybody else can help you, right? It's like taking an alcoholic and saying, I want to save you, but they don't want to help themselves, right? You guys have to want to help yourself. And so many of you are sitting here saying, Noelle, this is hard. The summertime is hard. I'm ready to give up. School is out. The kids are crazy. I've got life happening. I've got travels and whatever the thing may be. And it's hard, and you're busy, and you've had a lot of hurt going on, and you are just dealing with a lot of personal issues right now, or whatever the thing might be. But my challenge to you is that you stick with it and you stay plugged in no matter what. If all you're doing for yourself in a day is getting on a Zoom and posting on Facebook, I'm super proud of you, because you know what? That shows me that you're still here. It's the people that disappear that are going to have the issues, okay? So every single day, you're doing some sort of plugged in activity. You're on the team page. You're reading the team chats. You're on the Show Me the Money call, or the family call, or you're on our Zooms, or you're on the Thursday night Black Diamond call. You're on something, because there's multiple things that you can plug into every single week. That's one thing you're doing. The other thing you're doing is you are watching a YouTube video, listening to an audiobook, or reading something that's personal development for you. And if you have no idea where to turn for that, you message your Diamond Upline and you say, hey, I really could use a good bit of personal development today. Can you just give me some direction? And you know what? I could send you a list of 10 names long, just anybody to Google or to look up on YouTube. Choose anything that they have. So if I'm not reading a book or anything like that, I will just go to YouTube and I will look up Darren Hardy, Eric Worre, John Maxwell, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins. Choose anybody, and anything that they have on YouTube is going to be phenomenal for you guys. Okay, just choose anything and watch it, and it's going to get in your brain. You don't even have to write it down. I will watch/listen to those videos when I'm doing my makeup in the morning. I don't have time to sit down and necessarily take notes on something, but when I'm listening to these things, I'm internalizing it, and it's slowly shifting the way that my brain is working, and it's encouraging me. It's giving me this mental energy, which in turn turns into physical energy, which in turn turns into customers and distributors wanting to join my team because they're like, oh my gosh, like she's so inspiring. I'm not inspiring, guys. I just got up and listened to some Jim Rohn and he inspired me. Therefore, I can inspire others. You cannot pour from a cup that is empty. So if your cup is empty, what are you going to have to give to other people? Okay? So make sure you're filling yourselves up. The other thing you need to be doing every single day, no matter what, 365 days a year, guys, I'm like literally in labor. I'm having a baby. I'm on my way to a funeral. 365 days a year, I'm posting on Facebook. It does not have to be 8 things. 1 to 2 things is fine. If you don't post anything else, post 1 to 2 things on Facebook that are from your heart. Okay? And if you're having trouble with what to post, again, reach out and ask. Okay? So that's 3 things. What's the other 4th thing you can do if you are like, I can take 15 minutes, just 15 minutes, guys, 15 to 30 minute chunks of your day will completely transform your business. You do not have to have hours upon hours to work your business every single day. Would that be amazing? Absolutely. I think that if I had to sit down and message people for like 2 hours straight, my head might explode. So I like the 15 to 30 minute segments just because I feel like maybe I'm a little ADD, but I get distracted and I'm like, I just can't sit and do something for that long. But you just need to sit and message people. Okay. So right now we're going to go over messaging people, how we can do that efficiently, how we can organize that, how we can grow your hundreds list. What are you going to say? Okay. So if you're brand new and you are like, or you're not brand new, but your Facebook contacts list is small. We're going to talk about some ways to grow your list. Okay. Now, first of all, Brooke Phillips has a video in Black Diamond Team page. For those of you who've been in the business for a little bit of time, you have gone through your close contacts. And when I say gone through, I don't mean you're assuming that they're not interested. I mean you have physically messaged them, private messaged them, picked up the phone and called them or texted them and said, hey, are you interested in learning more about this business that I started? It's amazing. Or are you interested in being a product tester for my 90-day challenge? I mean, specifically having asked that. And if you have asked all of your people that you actually know, I'm very proud of you because I still to this day have not asked every single person that I know those questions. And I've been in this business 4.5 years. Why? Because I'm scared. Like, I'm scared. There's a lot of people that I'm scared to ask if they will be a product tester because I'm just like literally afraid, or people to ask if they will join my team or look at my business because I'm scared. And I know that we're all scared. So if you are one of those people who has gone through your entire contact list, you're awesome, by the way. Love you. You're amazing. And let's talk about how we can expand that. So Brooke Phillips has a really good video on that. It's called My Secrets Are Out. It's in the Black Diamond Team page. It's usually pretty close to the top because people get tagged in it all the time. But let's talk about just a way to start from scratch. How can you dig through your brain and think, who do I know? How can I come up with more people? Okay, so I want you to get out old yearbooks. I want you to go through everybody who you went to school with, okay? I don't know how big your school was. My school was tiny. It was like 120 people from K through 12, okay, so tiny. Most of you probably had a larger graduating class than my entire school. I graduated in a class with 3 people, and I graduated 3rd in my class. Go figure, okay? So you don't have to be smart to do this business, right? No jokes about that later. So yearbooks. Old yearbooks. That is a great way. So what you're going to do is you're going to go through your yearbooks and you are going to search those people on Facebook. You can also search groups on Facebook that are from your hometown. Okay. I also want you to go back. I just want you to like think about what jobs have you had in the past? Who did you connect with at those jobs? Start looking those people up and finding them on Facebook. Okay, the other thing, and you guys can, if you're not on your phone, you can actually get on your phone and do this with me, even though I told you to put your phone away. When you pull up your Facebook app and you click the little 3-line button at the far right-hand bottom side, so it's going to like pull up your main Facebook page that looks like this, like where you've got all your options. So mine's like my name, my business page, friends, events, groups, etc., like that main screen. You can scroll down and click Discover People. Okay, now this is only going to work if you, oh, hi. Sorry, my little one is awake. This is only going to work if you have your settings in your profile set to where the information actually about yourself. Can you say hi, Cora? Say hi. So you go to discover people. And then when you're there, mine says Canton, Michigan. So I'm able to discover people. I can scroll down to the bottom and it's going to say people, I don't know if you guys can see that, people living in Canton, Michigan. Okay. So I'm going to click on people living in Canton, Michigan, and it's going to show me people that I can connect with. Now, this is a trick to getting people to accept your friend request. You are going to friend request people who, one, are not It Works distributors, okay? And two, who, hold on. Oh, goodness gracious. Two, who have more than one mutual friend in common, okay? Because people are 90% more likely to accept your friend request if you have multiple friends in common. So some of these people, like this one person, I have 24 mutual friends in common. This person, 21 mutual friends, 16 mutual friends. So send them a friend request, okay? That's one way. That's one way to increase your list. The other way to increase, I'm sorry, I'm super distracted right now. What were we talking about? Increasing your friends list. So two different ways. This is like the first way. The other way to increase your friends list is to start networking in groups. Now, for those of you who are working this business full time and have done all of this and, obviously out and about blitzing, we'll talk about that in a minute, but networking in groups is great because, for instance, I'll use me because I love horses, okay? So I could search a horse group on Facebook and I could be added into that group. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for groups that have more than 5,000 members. I'm going to look for large groups because I don't want to be like one of like 100 people. Smaller is okay. Definitely more than 500, preferably more than 1,000 people per group that you're interacting with. So horses, dogs, knitting, monster trucks, whatever your thing is, you can find people that have similar interests by looking in these groups, okay? So what are you going to look for in these groups? You're going to look for the people who are active. You're going to look for the people who are active on social media. And the reason I say look for people who are active on social media is because when you are looking to build friendships on social media, you are looking to network with people who are potential distributors, right? And potential customers. And if they're never online, then they're not a potential at all, okay? So not only are you looking for somebody who's active, so if they're actively posting in the group, that's great. Interact with them. Then maybe click on their profile, head on over and see what they're posting. If everything that they ever post is just share, like they have no original thought whatsoever, I typically will not send them a friend request. On the other hand, if what they're sharing is negative and nasty and just stuff I don't want to see, I still won't send them a friend request. But if I go over to their page and they've got some shared stuff and they've got some original content and they look like a nice person and they have people that are actually interacting with their stuff, liking and commenting on their stuff, that's a perfect prospect, okay? Do they look friendly? Are they upbeat? Are they positive? Don't attempt to add people to your friends list that you would not invite over to your house, that you would not want to build a relationship with, right? Because you don't want those people on your team. Okay, so that is one thing. Post questions in here, by the way, for me, because I'm like totally get distracted super easily and then I forget what I was talking about. And then, so I kind of need you guys to like bring me back and I do so much better with questions. Let me pull my notes up. You can also use the profiles you have view and we'll give you people in other areas in this. I don't know who said that because you don't have your name on your profile, but I would like that explained because I don't know what you just said. So whoever posted that comment, it
was me, Noelle.
Who's me?
Tammy, sorry. Hi, it's on the same list where you said discover people.
Yeah.
If you go back to that, right above it, it says, hold on, I'm going to Facebook. It says discover people. Well, then it has your town. Right above that, it says profiles you viewed. So you can go into like Sally's because you viewed her to see if she was, a good potential. and it'll give you friends of Sally's that you might have in common. So those are people like in Washington or Oregon. Does that make sense?
Mine doesn't have that option.
But yours doesn't have it?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Mine has friends of friends.
Right.
And
this one is right above. It's at the top list.
That's okay. But
anyways.
Yeah, and the reason I don't search friends of friends is because a lot of my friends are distributors, and there's no way I'm going to search their friends because then they'll do their
right.
contacts, right? So we're going to stay away from that. Okay,
right.
I'm going to need you back, Tammy. So we're focusing, we're posting, we're doing personal development, we're plugging into stuff, right? We are learning, we're growing our friends list, we're messaging people. Okay, how are we going to message people, and what are we going to message people? Okay, so this is another thing I'm going to show you guys on your phone. In your Messenger app. So in the past, I've been like, oh my gosh, I have 3,500 friends. How do I message all of these people? And how do I know who I've messaged and who I haven't messaged, right? I need a way to be organized. And like, I really like to be organized, but I don't like to take the time to be organized. So like, that's where my green is. I like to be organized. My red says you don't have time to be organized. You need to work and make money. And when you're doing organizing activities, that's not income producing activities. And I'm more red than I am green. Therefore, the organization goes completely out the window. By the way, if you guys have not taken the personality test, you need to do that. Post in the chat. If you're on my team, you're in one of my chats. Post in there and I will send you the link because it's amazing and you need to know your color. And I probably already know your color if I signed you, but I would like for you to know your color so you know exactly what that means. Where are my notes? What was I talking about? I told you. I need you guys to bring me back because I forget. We were talking about how to message people. Organized, A through Z. Sorry, I'm serious. I have a problem. Okay, so go to Messenger. When you go to Messenger, you're going to open up your Messenger, and then at the bottom, it's going to say home, calls, people, and games. You're going to click on people, okay? Now, what's going to happen when you click on people is you're going to scroll down, and it's going to start with the A's. You're going to go A to Z, okay? Now, I think it would be really fun to kind of play a game and say, hey, guys, today we're going to message everybody in the T's. Today, we're going to message everybody in the S's or whatever, okay? To kind of play a game about that. But you literally can go A to Z and you can message every single person in your phone. Now, before you message that person, what are you going to do? I'm going to click on this person and I'm going to see if I've ever had a conversation with them before. But as soon as I click on their name, it's going to pull up my past message history with this person. If I've never had a conversation with them before, I'm going to wave at them. You know that little wave thing you can do where you just wave at people? I'm just going to wave, hey, and I'm going to probably wait for them to wave back. And if they don't wave back in a couple of days, I'm going to probably send them another message if I saw that they saw it. Okay, but I can go back and I can see if we've had a conversation before about them being a customer or about them being a distributor, or if we've never had a conversation before ever. Now, one of the things I like to do is I really like to send voice clips because I think that voice clips are more personal. They can hear your voice, they can hear your excitement, they can hear your inflection, all of that. And if you guys are afraid of that, just get used to it. It's like having a conversation on the phone, except for you can send a message to somebody. So one of the things you can do is you can private message yourself on Facebook, a voice message that's fairly generic, so you can send it to a bunch of people, okay? So there's a couple of different things that I want to give you guys script-wise that you could actually voice memo to people. If you want to type this out, you can. Okay, just keep that in mind. However, I think that voice messages are so much better because they can actually hear you, okay? And it's okay. They need to be able to hear you and have a conversation with you. Most of the time when I voice message somebody, they're going to text me back, type me back, which is fine. I still like to voice message them so they can hear what I'm talking about, and it's just way more efficient. Honestly, if I can talk to somebody, I can do that while I'm driving. I can't text while I'm driving, but I can voice memo somebody while I'm driving, no problem. Okay, so two different things, two different options for you to actually message people. Okay, so this is a first one, and you guys could type this out or you could voice memo it to yourself so it doesn't sound weird, and then forward it on, because once you create a message, there's that little forward button, and you can forward, and every single person that you send it to is going to get that message. Okay, so don't send it to the wrong people, obviously. So for somebody that like you've never talked to, or maybe you've talked to them, but like you've never established that relationship, this is just an idea. You do not have to use this verbatim. But say, hey, pretty lady, we've been friends for a minute, but I don't want to be rude and not offer you what I have. So right now I have a couple things going on. I have a few product challenge spots open to either lose weight, increase energy, detox, cleanse, or grow your hair out. But I also have 2 leadership spots open to help families get out of debt working through social media as I do. Would you like to be a part of one of the above challenges mentioned and get an immediate 40% discount, or work through social media with me? Okay, so that's one. Now, stop. You guys are saying, oh my gosh, Noelle, that totally sounds salesy. Well, guess what? I had one of my distributors sign up a distributor using this exact script yesterday. Might be salesy. Might get people interested in becoming a customer or distributor. Okay. I have a lot of people, and I had a lot of people message me, and they're like, oh, like, yeah, I'd like to learn more. What do you have? Hold on.
I got like 3 words out of an entire.
Okay. So that is one. The other one is, so I know you were interested in joining my team a while back, and maybe life just got hold on. So I know you were interested in joining my team a while back, and maybe life just got crazy, and that's totally okay. But I just had to share with you that our bonuses are extended. Qualify for $10,000 to $150,000 in bonuses on top of monthly commissions, weekly bonuses, daily cash in hand, and $100 shopping spree on the website. This is so exciting. Girl, please tell me you're still interested in keeping your income options open. Okay? You do not have to use this verbatim, and please don't, because we want to be unique and individual. I will post these in the Black Diamond team page, and you guys can grab them later. But like I said, be unique. Don't send the same thing, because you don't want this to sound like me. You want this to sound like you, okay? So part of this business is not comparing yourself, okay? The way that I do things is not going to be the way that you do things, and that doesn't make it wrong. That just makes it different. And this is being recorded, by the way, so you can always watch this back. So those are 2 different ways, 2 different messages you could send to people, a way to actually message people, okay? And if you're out of people to message, some ways to network and actually grow your hundreds list. So I wanted to keep the Zoom short and sweet and to the point, but bottom line is, you guys are so many of you are just getting started and you're on fire and you're super excited. And then there's some of you that are just kind of like going along, doing the motions, just trying to keep your head above water. And then there's some of you that are just like in such a funk, but you're not willing to pull yourself out of the funk. And so you just sit there and you're just like, my business is not growing. Nobody wants to talk to me. All my customers are canceling. Nobody wants to join my team. And my question to you is, what are you doing about it? Because if I sit at home and whine and complain and nobody wants to join my team instead of going out blitzing, my team is not going to grow. Therefore, my check is going to disappear, right? So you guys know that the other way to build your hundreds list is by going out and blitzing. And I love blitzing because I honestly feel like if I don't share this business opportunity with somebody, I'm robbing them of the opportunity to own their own time, own their own life, and have financial freedom. And so when I'm out and about and I'm talking to people about that, they feel that, okay? If you don't have that conviction, you haven't fallen in love with the company. And the reason you haven't fallen in love with the company is because you're not plugged in enough, because you haven't gotten to an event, and that's okay because that will come. That moment for me happened, let's see, February, March, April, May, June, July, 5 months into my business when I went to my first event in St. Louis. And I didn't have that moment. I didn't have that love and that passion. I had the passion, but I didn't have it in my heart. I didn't have that until I went to an event. This is why you guys getting to green carpet is so important. One Team, One Missions are okay. They're okay. They're not for you, by the way. One Team, One Missions are for your prospects. Okay? So go to One Team, One Missions, but go with a car full of people. Okay? Because when you take a prospect to One Team, One Mission, they're going to sign up as a customer or distributor. And you need them. You need them because you need to be re-inspired and you need to be around like-minded people. And typically, the only people that are like us are other It Works distributors because we're the crazy ones, right? We're the people that dream big dreams and we make these dream boards and we set income goals and we do personal development and we, don't hang around with negative people. And most people are not like that. So it's really important to get around those people. But really the events that you really need are the big corporate events, green carpet, conference, these boot camps that are happening. There's going to be a boot camp in Kansas City. There's going to be a boot camp in Nashville, I'm pretty sure. After green carpet, they're going to release a few more boot camps onto the calendar. So make sure that you are checking those out. And honestly, if there's a boot camp within 8 hours of you, you should drive. Like really, you should drive. We had people drive from Louisiana to Michigan to come to the boot camp. Like that's how important they are. So I just want to encourage you guys that the summertime is hard. Like the summertime is hard in this business, and it's not hard because it has to be hard. It's hard because people choose to make it hard. They choose to go sit by the pool and stop talking to people instead of sitting by the pool talking to people. Okay, when I go to the pool, I meet people. Other people go to the pool and turn off their phone. I actually go and I meet the other moms at the pool because you know what? They could be working from home with me and our kids could still be playing together and I have a new friend now. Okay, so you have to be intentional. The summertime does not have to be a slump. The summertime can be where your business takes off and booms. We have had people promote to Presidential Diamond in the summertime, in September, in October, when everybody else is like maybe picking their business back up, but you control that and nobody else. Okay, so I just want to encourage you guys that this summer is going to be amazing. Like it is going to be amazing because you're going to make it amazing because you're going to take these principles and you're going to put them into practice every single day, right? And when you can do those things, even when you think nobody is watching you, you're going to think that nobody's commenting on my stuff, nobody's liking my stuff, nobody's reaching out to me. They will come. And if you're having no interaction whatsoever, there might be a problem, there might be, maybe we just need to tweak something. Maybe we need to tweak the pictures that you're posting or the verbiage that you're using or, just your attitude in general. And sometimes that needs a little bit of tweaking. But a lot of the time people just like to watch. And it takes between 8 and 12 follow-ups before somebody will make a decision. Okay. So that's a lot. And most people will stop asking around 2 to 3. They just stop asking because they're like, oh, well, they just don't want it anymore. Well, no, it just wasn't the right time. Okay. And timing is huge. It has to be the right time. And I've had so many people come to me and they're like, Noelle, when we talked a year ago, it just wasn't the right time, but now is the right time. Okay. So you have to know that people just need time. They need you to be their friend. They need you to not disappear. They need you to be consistent. And when you are not posting every single day, your doors are closed. Okay? Because your social media posts are the only thing that say that your business is open every single day. We do not have a brick and mortar business. So if you are not posting daily, your business is closed. And nobody wants to shop somewhere where you're open on Monday but closed on Tuesday, and open on Wednesday but closed on Thursday, and open on Friday but closed on Saturday. Nobody's going to shop there. Okay? So, Amanda, did you have a question? Because, oh, no, okay, you had your hand up. I know, there's all sorts of little buttons on there. But do you guys have any questions? Because I would love to answer any that you have, because I said this is going to be short, and I am done yelling at you. I'm not yelling at you out of anger. I'm just yelling at you out of love because I want you guys to succeed. So for those of you who are, like, afraid of me right now, I'm so sorry. I still love you. But does anybody have any questions at all? Awesome. Well, if you guys are in my chats, you know it's a place for no excuses. We only do happy, positive, income-producing activities in there. So I want you guys to take all of that positivity, no excuse attitude, take it back to your team, and I just want you to go put some things into practice. And if you are struggling, reach out to your diamond upline. We cannot help you if you do not ask. And the only people that get helped are the people that reach up their hand. That's serious, guys. If you do not reach up your hand, nobody is going to reach down to you because you are a business owner. You are the CEO of your own business, and nobody's checking in on you because you're not an employee. Nobody's going to check in on you and see if you showed up to work today. Because if you don't show up to work, it doesn't affect anybody but you, right? And we want you to show up to work because we want you to succeed, but you have to check in and you have to reach up. Okay? So I love you guys. I'm super, super excited to see you guys at Green Carpet. Those of you who I'm not going to see at Green Carpet, you're going to be seeing a lot of pictures and you're going to wish you were there. And I know some of you just physically cannot be there and we are going to miss you like crazy. But plan for conference because conference is amazing and we're not necessarily standing on the beach in swimsuits because it's like January or February and it's just not that warm. But we will still probably be in Florida and it'll be a blast and we will have so much fun. So anyway, I love you guys and I will talk to you next week and I hope you have a good night. Bye guys.